Version 5.5 is out and everyone's going wild. In this video, I want to give you the no fluff, no marketing crap, just a full breakdown of what it is, how it works, plus the new capabilities you need to know, especially inside the Codex application. That actually works really well. Let's jump in to start with what this model actually is. Well, it's simply the brand new frontier model. In my experience, we went from 5.4 to 5.5. This is the best model out there right now. It's way better than Opus 4.7, especially in real-world situations, at least for what I do. It's really great for coding, analyzing large data, making presentations, and working with Excel spreadsheets. And does it do it faster than anything else I've ever used? You can use this model in plenty of different ways. You can use it with ChatGPT in an IDE or in an extension. You can use it right inside Codex, which is their desktop app, and I definitely recommend grabbing it. And then, of course, you can use it from the API. It costs more than the old one, I think twice as much, but it's still cheaper. Especially if you're on a pro subscription costing $200 monthly in terms of usage, then something just like the top Anthropic models, you can get pretty good mileage with this compared to something like a Claude Code subscription. Okay, so what can this thing actually do? Let's check out a few demos while we code first. I'm going to ask it the following inside of Codex here, which is how I recommend you use it. I want you to create a 2D checkers game and then test it by having it play against itself in the browser. I want it to look good, be sexy, have animations, have some sound effects, and be playable just in a standard browser. All right, let's go ahead and hit enter. I'm going to give it full access so we can do everything it needs to do and run it. Now you'll just see that this has really solid coding capabilities. It can crank out a huge amount of code. And what's interesting is when you run this inside Codex, which you'll see in a second, it can actually automate the browser automatically. It can click through it and test its own work. So it doesn't just write the code, it also checks that the code is actually working, which is always a pretty annoying thing to do with AI agents. And this is one of the big capabilities it has compared to running inside of a CLI, or maybe something like Claude Code. Okay, so I just wrapped up the first pass of writing the code. You can see I'm not doing anything, it just opened this up in the browser. And you can actually see that there's a cursor for it, and I hope in a second it's going to start actually moving this around and playing it. Of course there's a mistake. So the board looks a bit strange, but okay, there it is. You can see I'm not doing this, it's the browser controlling things. And that's one of the cool features this has, is that it can actually grab a cursor and shuffle everything around. Do the full control, and you can see it running and playing itself in the browser. To be honest, I think it looks pretty cool, but the board is a little weird. But anyway, that's the first feature for coding and using the browser dust. So I just threw a prompt here to fix the board. Looks like that's all sorted. Now let's say we're happy with this, and we actually wanted to deploy it. Well, Codex can do that too, using a really cool tool. It says Here.now, so if you just visit this URL, you don't need to count and you don't have to. Do whatever you need. Just hit that copy button, paste it here, and tell it to deploy this app. Or something you're going to see is that this will actually automatically deploy to a domain that you can access. For a full 24 hours, anyone can use to actually check out this app. I do this all the time when I'm trying to get something out fast, so I don't have to head to Vercel or use manage hosting. And it's totally free. You won't need to pay for it, and you can even claim the domain so that you can keep it live forever just by signing up for a free account on Here.now. I'm sharing this with you because it's insanely good, and I've deployed literally up hundreds of sites using this agent skill, but they're also a channel partner. So huge shout out to Her.now for making this free, and it's back. Just head over to Here.now, hit this button and drop it in here. And you can deploy any site instantly. Just add a URL and you'll see it's live right now. And I can now just play this app, and if I wanted to, I could share it with you guys, and if I want this to stay accessible forever, since domains only last 24 hours by default, then all I need to do is just sign in and I can just claim the domain. And again, I don't need to pay for anything. It's just so we have an account attached to the domain. And actually, in my case, I'm already authenticated here, so we're good to go. But if you weren't authenticated, you could just make a free account, and so you've got the domain you can share with anyone, and you guys can literally head over here and play this game now. The next feature I want to look at is computer use now. In order to enable this, you just need to head over to plugins and codes, then click on computer use and turn it on. And the first time you use it, you'll need to set up some permissions on your machine. But it's insanely cool. Let me just jump to a new chat here. And it can completely take over your whole computer and do any action you'd normally be able to do. So I can tag it by typing at, and then I'm just going to tag computer like this. And I want you to open Premiere Pro and check out my latest project about the browser. Start and then just trim some parts from the file. And let me know the timestamps I need for the final video using the audio I have, since I'm not sure where to start. This is going to work. But let's just hit enter, and it should actually now take over the computer and open up the application. And fire it up so we can see it just launched Premiere Pro here. Notice it's like I didn't open the app, it just opened on its own. And if we jump back to codes, you can see it's thinking through Premiere Pro 24. And the cool part is that I can still use my computer while it's doing this, a feature that many other apps don't let you use. So it has its own cursor and its own control. And it's going to ask me to do stuff here. So, checking documents or anything. While I'm on my own machine right now, you can actually see the cursor here. It just went away, but you could still see it hovering over the browser base. And notice that's Codex's cursor, not mine. Now we've just opened the Premiere Pro project and we're missing a few files. And I don't think this one is going to work. Let me just run another demo. You can check out a completely done scrap, and I want you to open Spotify and play Drake's most popular song. Alright, let's check if I can pull that off. So now we can see it's clicked in Spotify, it's opening it, and it's running. It's running in the background. We'll see it any second. Yep, it's already up on the Drake page, and then it should just start playing a song. I'm probably going to have to pause that quickly because it's going to be copyright, but you get the picture. Okay, so the cursor just slid over here to one dance and I think it's going to push it right now. Okay, and so now we go. I got to hit pause quick or I'll get copyrighted. But you can actually see the cursor go right here to the play button, hit it, and then it began playing on my computer. Now, of course, that's just a simple example. But the thing is, you get a computer, it's a bit slow, but it's totally awesome. And you could just let this run for as long as you like and basically act like you do on your own machine. Next, take a look at spreadsheets here. And the presentations Codex is especially strong at handling big data sets. So let's do something like research the top 100 tech. And AI creators get my average views, subscriber counts, and emails, and other important details about them, organize them in a spreadsheet, and then make me a bunch of graphs and charts so you can visualize them quickly. Okay? And let's get it running to do that. Okay? This took 21 minutes. But we got a pretty cool result here. I mean, we have all these charts, multiple pages of creator data, color-coded shows. There are no mistakes. We have all the info here, a segment summary, and a chart. We have the sources and methodology. And then if we go back here, not to this, let's just close this. You can see that it provides us with the final sheet right here that we requested. So now what I can do is just follow up you and say, this is great. Then make a clean 5 to 7 page PowerPoint presentation that covers the key info. So I'd want to present this to someone like a CEO, okay, whatever, just asking something random. And I'm going to show you that yes, when we have data, we can also make various PowerPoints. And that's one of the things this model is way better at than the last version. While that's happening, I'll quickly note there are plenty of other things you can do in codes. I'll cover that later, like how you can install tons of different plugins to connect to all of your favorite tools, just like the computer. Use one we had let you set up various automations that run automatically for you, so you don't have to manually trigger them. And then naturally, if you head over to settings, we can handle things like adding MCP servers, connecting to Git, or writing. Tweak the settings for computer use, browser use, appearance, or whatever. There's a bunch of advanced stuff I'm going to go through in another video. This is just meant to be a fast one. And if I head over to usage here, you can see that I still have 96% left on my 5-hour limit, since even though I use it heavily, it doesn't actually consume that much, especially when you're on the $200 per month plan. So let's head back here and wait for the presentation to finish. And I'll show it to you, so that definitely took a long time. But we can see here that the finished PowerPoint presentation isn't perfect. But I mean, overall, it's pretty good based on what I ask. It looks well formatted. And as you know, you probably can't tell right away that this was made with AI, of course. You can do a ton more stuff here. But I just wanted to show you some of the main capabilities in. I think the computer codes I use and the browser usage are now the most notable when it comes to this. To coding, and then of course being able to handle spreadsheets, documents, PowerPoints is a nice bonus. But I feel like that was already around before, it's just been made better now. And a lot better anyway, guys. That's all for now. I'm gonna go deep on Codex later. A full course will likely run for 1 or 2 hours. But right now, just wanted to give you a sneak peek. So if you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next